Welcome to Midnight True Tales, where true stories are stranger than fiction. Turn off the lights, and now, let's begin. I woke up that morning like any other day. Nothing felt off, nothing felt strange. The sunlight came through the curtains the same way it always did. The sounds outside were normal, cars passing, distant voices, birds somewhere far away. I didn't feel washed. I didn't feel unease. I got out of bed, washed my face, brushed my teeth, and stared at my reflection in the mirror for a moment longer than usual, though I don't know why. I had breakfast, grabbed my keys, locked the door behind me. I didn't look back. The day passed easily. At work, I joked with coworkers, friends. I laughed. I complained about small things that didn't matter. Everything felt normal, too normal. By the time the clock hit 8 p.m., I was exhausted in that familiar way, the kind of tiredness that comes from routine, not fear. I went home. My mother was in the living room watching TV. I sat with her for a while. We talked about nothing important, like what to cook for tomorrow, a neighborhood she didn't like, a show she said I should watch. Nothing serious, nothing worth remembering. Around 9 p.m., my eyelids felt heavy. I said, "Good night, Mom." I walked into my room and closed the door behind me. I turned off the light. Darkness filled the room. I fell asleep almost instantly. When I woke up again, it was 2 in the morning. I didn't wake up screaming. I didn't wake up from a nightmare. There was no loud noises. I just opened my eyes, and immediately I knew something was wrong. The room felt different. The air felt thick, heavy, like was pressing against my chest. The silence wasn't normal silence. It felt crowded. I stayed still, listening. That's when I heard a faint sound, slow, careful, like something being dragged across the floor, very gently. I held my breath. The sound was coming from the bathroom, my bathroom. I sat up in the bed, my heart already racing. The sound stopped. I waited, but nothing happened. I told myself I was just imagining it. Old houses make noises at night. Pipes, floors, walls. I lay back down. Then it started again, closer, slower, more intentional this time. So I felt that heavy awareness, the feeling that someone else was awake in the house. I stood up slowly, my feet cold against the floor, and walked toward the bathroom door. Every step felt louder than it should have. I reached the handle. Locked. I tried again. It's still locked from the inside. My pulse pounded in my ears. I felt cold flashes on my body. Before I could step away, I heard breathing. Not air, not wind, breathing, deep and steady. On the other side of the floor, then a voice. A man's voice, very low and calm. Too calm. He said, "Go back." My body froze. I couldn't move. I couldn't scream. I couldn't even inhale. The breathing continued for several seconds, then stopped. Silence returned. Slowly shaking, I unlocked the door and pushed it open. The bathroom was empty, but something was wrong. The mirror, it was broken. It split straight down the middle, a clean, vertical crack. As if someone had stood there, staring at the reflection and shattered it. I backed up and returned to my room, closing the door behind me. I sat on my bed, my hands trembling, trying to convince myself it wasn't real, it was just a dream. But my heart wouldn't slow down. About an hour later, I heard footsteps, soft footsteps moving through the living room. Steps, pause, steps. I cracked my bedroom door open, just enough to see the hallway. The front door was locked, but the key was laying on the floor. That's when I felt it. A sudden wave of cold air brushed my shoulder. Like someone walking right beside me. I turned. Nothing was there. Then my bedroom door began to move, slowly, opening just a little, as if something was standing behind it, watching, breathing. I looked down. There was a piece of paper on the floor. It hadn't been there before, I remember. I picked it up with shaking hands, written in an even handwriting. It said, "You are not supposed to be here." That was it. I didn't think anymore. I grabbed my phone, my bag, and ran to my mother's room. I told her everything. She didn't laugh, she didn't question me, she just looked at me and said, "We are leaving tonight." We left before the sunrise, and we never came back to that house again. Later, we found out that the truth, someone had lived that house before us, and they died there inside that house in circumstances no one could explain. And that's it for today. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed tonight's story, do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts below. We upload every Monday and Thursday. Until then, stay safe and I will meet you again.